and on behalf of the Sheep Hill Astronomical Association, I'd like to welcome you to another edition of What's in the Sky? What's the subject today? Well, let's do one more constellation that you can use the Big Dipper to find. And what constellation is that? Well, it's the ever-popular Boötes, the herdsman. And this one is going to be wordy, so I'll try to keep it short. The name Boötes was first used by Homer, not Simpson, in his Odyssey as a celestial reference point for navigation. Exactly whom Boötes is supposed to represent in Greek mythology is not clear. According to one version, he was a son of Demeter, Philomenos, twin brother of Plutus, a plowman who drove the oxen in the constellation Ursa Major. Another myth associated with Boötes says that he invented the plow and was memorialized for his ingenuity as a constellation. Yet another myth associated with Boötes is that he is identified with Arcas, son of Zeus and Callisto. Remember our discussion of Ursa Major, with Callisto being transformed into a she-bear? The Greek name for Boötes is Arctophylax, which means bear watcher. Arcturus, the name of the constellation's brightest star, comes from the Greek word meaning guardian of the bear. Sometimes Boötes is depicted as leading the hunting dogs of nearby Canis Venatici and driving the bears of Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. Got all that? So how do we find Boötes? Well, Arcturus is a very bright star, so it's relatively easy to find, especially if you use the handle of the Big Dipper. If we follow the arc of the Dipper handle, we arc to Arcturus. The bright star Arcturus, or Alpha Boötes. Now, let's go on a tangent here. This might be a good time to let you know the stars in a constellation are given a lowercase Greek letter designation. This is called a Bayer designation, and it started in 1603 by the German astronomer Johann Bayer. Since the Greek alphabet only has 24 characters in it, if there are more than 24 stars in the constellation, Bayer has specified the next group of letters would be Latin letters. In 1725, an English astronomer named John Flamsteed started cataloging the stars in a constellation with numerical designations, so he didn't have to worry about running out of letters. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Arcturus is his left knee. It's a bright star with an apparent magnitude of minus 0.05. Arcturus is a red giant about 36.7 light years from Earth, and it's only a little more massive than our Sun, but it has expanded to about 25 times its size, and it's about 170 times as bright. Along with Spica and Denebola, it is one of the stars in the Spring Triangle. It is also the fourth brightest star in the night sky. Of the 59 stars that are in the constellation, 29 are above the fifth magnitude, so they're all easily visible to the naked eye. The constellation is home to numerous double and triple stars, and even a quadruple star. Always a hit with the telescope crowd. There are a number of stars with planetary systems associated with Boötes. One in particular, WASP 14b, is one of the most massive and dense exoplanets discovered to date. But don't get ready to pack your bags, since it's only 0.036 astronomical units from its host star, much closer to the Sun than Mercury is, and it has an orbital period of 2.24 days, so it's whizzing around the star. Well, that's it for Boötes. You got more than you bargained for, didn't you? What else is going on up in the sky? Well, on July 4th and 5th, there will be a penumbral eclipse of the moon. It will be visible to all of North America. It will start at 11:07 p.m. on July 4th, peak at 12:29 a.m. on July 5th, and end at 1:52 a.m., all times being Eastern Daylight. A penumbral eclipse is when the secondary shadow of the Earth covers the moon. Certainly not as dramatic as a total lunar eclipse, in which the primary shadow of the Earth, called the umbra, passes in front of the moon, but you will see a darkening of the moon's surface nonetheless. Other than that, we have the usual suspects of planets visible in the night sky, all of them rising earlier and setting a little earlier as well. And now, since we've passed the summer solstice, sadly our days are getting shorter, if only a few minutes a day. And one more thing, please consider donating to our organization. We really need to get our dome repaired. We have a number of small holes that are letting rain and snow in, and there's a layer of rust which needs to be cleaned off and primed and painted. In order to do that, we need a rigger, a crane, a welder, a painter, and all of that requires money. Our initial estimate for these repairs was $25,000. Over the last few years, we have raised $17,000 through various fundraising efforts, but we still need $8,000 in order for us to schedule the contractors. The renovation must all be done at once, since the dome will physically need to be removed from the structure, set down in the parking lot, repaired, and then reinstalled. If you're interested in donating to the Sheep Hill Astronomical Association, please visit our website at sheephillastro.org. That's it for this edition. On behalf of the Sheep Hill Astronomical Association, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, stay well, and keep looking up.